One more time.
What version of Itachi?
Him and the Akatsuki's.
Okay, fine. Let me grab a glass of water.
Kill, didn't you say the best go last when you debated Loki?
Say what, you faggot?
You said the best goes last when you debated Loki, but you going first now.
I did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that.
I mean, so right now the best goes first. So yeah. So first, I'm a begin my scaling with simple things. Okay. So here's the thing. I remember the fact that Shisui was said to be the fastest member of the Uchiha clan.
Can you show me that?
Goddamn. Can I? Yes.
Are you talking about from the
where I got the skins? No, it's a novel actually.
Not the dive book, the novels.
Yeah, the novels. Is that a book? I mean, I can find that in the mangas.
I'll accept that. That's only at that point in time, and that was Itachi at like his weakest, so that doesn't matter.
We're gonna get to that, but hold on.
Okay.
No, I mean not just the clan, but more likely the whole village. Actually, he was the best user of thickest body flicker of the whole village. But it's kind of
like his regular statement.
It's kind of up to interpretation, but you can read that he was the most talented of the clan, Yashiro, and the best ever interpretation. He was always the first to take commissions for the sake of the clan, and so he was the first member of the clan that's established by the skin, and we know for a fact that Itachi's father. What's the name of Itachi's father? I think is Fugaku, right?
Yeah.
Was said to be relative to Minato.
I don't remember him ever being stated to be relative to Minato. Can you show that?
Yeah, and I can show that, and possibly even stronger, not just relative. But hold on, let me grab your skin.
One of the big problems with this statement alone is just saying he's the most talented. So that could just be in his overall techniques, not necessarily power, speed, or anything. And the second part was he's the best at teleporting. That just means he's the fastest to get to these missions, meaning he's not necessarily the best at combat.
I mean, that means that. I mean, you know, teleportation translates to body flicker, right?
And body flicker translates to teleportation, but that doesn't counter what I'm saying at all.
I mean, vice versa. So that would mean that his teleportation is the best, so his body flicker is the best. Thus, his speed is the fastest.
Counter what I'm saying.
Actually, counters because you're saying that he would be the best to get to the back. I don't get it. Can you repeat? I'm confused.
No. You just agreed with what I said. He's the fastest to get to the battlefield to do these missions.
No, I mean,
it's not stating that he's the best or fastest.
I was actually asking to restate. I mean, can you restate your argument? That's what I was asking.
Okay, I can do that. So for the first part, it says he's the most talented in his clan because that was your statement. That just means he's the best in overall skill, not necessarily he's the strongest at combat.
I mean, actually,
the second part
was the strongest, but I mean, the talented part, I didn't argue about that, but you can't. I was talking about speed. I was talking about speed only.
Okay, no, that's fine. So the second part of your argument is that he's the best at teleportation, and he's the first to take on missions. These things just mean that he's the first one to get to these missions because of how good he is at teleporting. It doesn't mean his overall combat speed is at that level.
No, he's the first to take on missions, which means that he's the first to be called up to do that mission because he's the best at teleportation, the most talented member of the clan. So that would mean that
that's not what it's saying.
So that would mean that because of his qualifications, which I stated, that's the reason why he was recruited. He was requested to partake the missions because of his abilities. That's why. And the best teleportation.
That's not what it's saying, though. It's saying he's the first one to take the missions, not that he's the first one to be given the missions.
But we saw the dot right there, and I'm explaining right here why he's the first one to take the missions because of the reason that I already stated. You not understand. I'm gonna give you an example, right? If
you're aware that your reasoning right now is circular, right? You're arguing that he gets missions because he's the best, and he's the best because he gets the missions. I'm pointing out that the statement only says he gets the missions because he's the first one to get there.
No, it's not. No, that's not what it's saying. Actually, it's not because he's the first one to get there. It's because he's the best at teleportation. That's why he's That's why he was always the first to take on missions, because they would call him up to take the mission because he was the best teleportation. It's not because he would get there
saying
first.
He was called up to take the missions. It's just saying he takes the missions.
But it's not. It's not saying that it's because he would get there first either. It's like he's not saying what you.
No, but mine has
the point.
What I'm saying has less to be interpreted than what you are saying.
No,
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that. I feel like my interpretation is the correct one because what you're saying is not there actually, and I'm just giving the
What's your
interpretation
reasoning?
we all can take. My reasoning why my interpretation is better because we can. I'm gonna reread this statement. Actually, he was one of the most talented of the clan. Yashiro said whatever, and the best ever at teleportation. So we know for a fact that he's the most talented of the clan and the best ever at teleportation. He was always the first to take on mission for the clan, and then after the dot, so we know that he was always the first one to take on mission. That doesn't mean that he was always the first there. And my reason is simply because the statements are separated, as I told you. And the best ever teleportation, which means that he was the fastest, the best ever using the fucking, what's the name of that shit again? The body flicker. And after that, we know that he was the first to take on missions. Not because he's the fastest one. It's because he's not just the fastest one, but he's the most talented member of the clan. He's a strong member of that clan. That's why they would like say Shisui go take that mission because he had the qualifications. Like he's a strong shinobi. That's my interpretation of it. And I think
the problem here, if you don't mind me going real fast. So the problem here, like I said at the beginning of this, not only is this only at that point in time, again, that still doesn't counter what I'm saying because it's still saying that he goes and he gets these missions for the sake of the clan, not that they're being given to him. They're not requesting him specifically. He's just acquiring the job, and his teleportation is helping him get there fast enough to do that.
I mean, of course, they would recruit him and take him to they would tell him that he gotta do that job. Otherwise, he wouldn't go to fucking find missions by himself and go doing what. That doesn't make any sense. That's not how Shinobi's
well, I'm not
perform.
arguing that.
That's not how they perform. That's not how they perform. It makes no sense.
Oh no, that's fair. But again, that's not what I'm arguing. He's just getting to these dangerous missions first and requesting them. They're not being requested to him by the higher ups. He's the one taking them from them.
So he goes.
So it has nothing to do with his skill on why he's getting them.
So he goes there, he knocks on the door, he takes the mission. There's a mission available, he goes there and takes them. Either way, it doesn't really matter. It's not because he's the fastest to get. He's no way that he's the fastest to get to the fucking the Hokage room and then he gets there first, bro. That's just stupid. That's just stupid.
Why is that stupid?
Because it's not a matter of a race. It's not like a race. I mean, who gets the job, bro? That's not how it works. It is
a race when you're trying to help out your clan by getting the money and all that.
No, actually, no. We saw plenty of times that normally the Hokage or the ones responsible, the leaders or whatever of the clan, the leaders of the the village, the elders.
I mean, no, that's true. But if you go in and you request to be a part of a mission so that you can get the money, you're allowed to do that. Naruto does it multiple times.
So he just stays aware. He stays aware, and then once he sees a mission available, he goes and take the mission. It doesn't have to be the fastest one. As you say, Naruto is not the fastest one. He does that all the time.
So, yeah, but he's not exactly going and just grabbing them instantly. That's what the dialogue stating for Shisui. He's doing it for his clan. So that doesn't counter what I said at all.
And not just doing that for his village. So yeah,
no, it's not. He's doing it because he wants to be recognized.
So for his, of course, to help his village as well. He wants to be recognized and help his village. It's a trade, bro. You get the benefit of it, and the village gets your benefit. So it's benefit. It's
so are you currently arguing that you don't have to be the fastest to get jobs?
I mean,
because if you're saying that, I can accept that because that doesn't hurt my feeling at all. In fact, it hurts yours more.
I mean, we saw that play. I mean, how would that hurt my scaling? I'm just
because that means Shisui isn't being given these jobs because he's the fastest.
No, he's being given. They are giving the jobs to him because he's the most talented member of the clan, and because he's the fastest, which means that he would have a higher rate of success, to complete the mission successfully. That's why, like the same way that they would send
Fine, but
Kakashi.
that doesn't equate
Hold
to
on.
combat, though.
Hold on. The same way they would send Kakashi or Guy to a mission because they are the strongest Johnny of the village. It's the same shit. They would recruit him because he's the fastest and because he's the most talented. The same goes to
Kakashi and Minato actually
fighters.
weren't sent on that many of the higher level missions because they were in charge of taking care of the students and all that. It was actually people who were weaker than them technically who got those missions. So we don't look at overall
No,
power.
actually,
they don't look at overall like combative power for these things. They look at what skills are needed for the job. Itachi was just talented.
Actually, if the mission is dangerous and the village like knows that the opponent that they're possibly facing, the threat would be great, like would be a threat that it would require extremely powerful shinobi like Kakashi or Minato, whatever, they would send him. The same way that when, for example, when like Obito invaded the village, the one responsible to defeat the Bijou was the strongest one there, which was Minato, the Hokage, right? The same way that they would send like a stronger shinobi to deal with a stronger threat. That's what I'm talking about. That's why they sent Shisui to to the mission, because as I told you, his successful rate would be higher because he's a more qualified and one of the stronger clan because of what he has, his attributes.
You do remember that early on in Naruto, they directly said that direct combat is actually extremely rare in the ninja world.
You say what?
They say early into the exams that the way that they were doing the exams for the 101 battle, that itself is extremely rare and not to expect it.
Not to expect, like
they say specifically do not expect to be doing direct combat while you're out there because it's rare to do.
All right, but what about it? Like, I mean, just because it's
rare. If that's true, then that means they weren't picking Shisui, even if they were picking him, that it wasn't because of his overall combative skill, but just his ability to move around.
It's rare to do. It's rare to do, but it doesn't mean that they can't do. It doesn't mean that it won't happen. So they would.
Why would they if it's rare?
What?
Why would they if it was rare?
Why? I mean, because that can happen. It's a risk, So why would they send a weaker one, knowing that there's a risk, even though it's rare? Like, it's precaution, bro.
Because the weaker person would just be better at not being seen than somebody who's more powerful.
Why? I mean, that's actually the opposite. Is actually the opposite, because we know that Shisui is faster and he can move faster, so it would be harder to see him and to spot him in the battlefield. Because
that's what I'm agreeing with. It would just be harder to like detect. Not that he's like that good at combat.
No, because he's faster. Yeah. So if he's fast to detect, because it was said that he's the best ever relation, which is
that was only at that point in time. That was like pre-MS Itachi.
Okay. So that goes to the rest of my scaling, as I told you. If he's the best ever at teleportation, that includes the leader of the clan, which is Fugaku, and we know that Fugaku
is also father.
Is also what?
Fugaku's father.
Fugaku has no scaling. I mean, he's a head scaling. Let me send you the scan. As I was about to do, but then we continue with the discussion about the speed shit. Hold on a second, bro. I'll find that.
Because the only thing I could think which you could use to scale Fugaku is that he was a candidate for being the fourth Hokage, but that doesn't mean he's relative to Minato. The Orochimaru was as well, and he would just get stumped by Minato.
Yeah, hold on. I mean, Orochimaru and Minato, I'm not gonna get into that, but that's debatable. But that
another person who would have been considered for it was Itachi. They just said he was too young.
Yeah, hold on, bro. I'm on the scan, and then we can get to it.
That's fine. One point, are you recording or are you not?
Yeah, it's being recorded.
Okay, I just wanted to know.
Really nice save this shit. Like, hold on a second.
What is the statement? Maybe I can help you find it.
No, I already found.
Okay.
Oh shit. So let me read the statement out loud. The Uchiha thought his prime candidate for the Hokage. He was reared by nations due to his extreme strength and visual prowess. Shinobi with strength equivalents, even possibly greater than Minato no Mikaze. So they had. So let me tell you, they had intel on Minato and Fugaku's strength because they were one of these, they were one of the strongest members of the clan, the village boat, and they were assuming and saying that his strength was equivalent or even possibly greater than Minato no Mikaze. And we know that both
This
of them
is from
participated in
their
the third war.
perspective of the other villages, right?
The other villages, why the other villages?
This statement is in perspective of the other villages. I just think they're just flat out wrong, especially since Minato was the only person to have a fleet on site order.
Why is in perspective of the other villages, bro?
That's just what it says.
Where I haven't read this novel, that's why it's like I just got this.
Wait, you haven't read the scan that you're sending me?
I read only the part that is like that I read.
Actually, you know what? No, this is actually in Ryan. I misspoke. This is in perspective what the other Uchihas think of Fugaku. They're just biased.
But why? Why would they be so stupid? Why would they only?
They're biased. I'm not saying they're stupid. I'm saying they're biased.
But why would they be biased? I mean, like,
because they just think
sense.
really highly of their leader. They don't want to think that their leader is like weaker than the Hokage.
Because their leader, actually the Hokage, because as I told you, they both participated in the third war, and their performance could be comparable. That's why they're saying it, and which makes sense because you know that the Uchiha clan was was basically the reason Konoha was so strong.
But their
performance
the strongest
clan ever.
It wasn't though. That's the thing. Minato was stated to single-handedly end the war. Fugaku, by this, is only thought of to be that powerful by the other Uchiha, who just have an innate bias towards Fugaku because that's their leader.
Well, but we got the fact that they didn't disagree with them. They didn't disagree with the
because
Uchiha's
he
request.
agrees with what they overall think.
Who is he?
The other Uchiha clan members.
I mean, I said that they didn't disagree in the meeting or whatever.
Who didn't?
The chairman or whatever elect the Hokage, bro. Like, I mean,
what does
just
that have to do with anything?
If they disagree, that means that their statement is valid. Because why would they?
No, it's not. It just means he's powerful enough to be a Hokage. Not that he's on Minato's level. Orochimaru was also in that statement. Do you think Orochimaru is relative to Fugaku? Do you think Itachi's relative to EMS Shisui? These are all names were thrown out at that point in time.
No, that doesn't matter.
Was also thrown out as well.
No, we're talking about exclusively Fugaku and Minato. Right?
No, you're arguing that Fugaku is equal to Minato based off the fact that he was a candidate. All those other people were also candidates. So by your own logic, they're all equal to Minato.
No, it's based off the fact that they said that he's equivalent or even possibly greater. His strength and power. You can't prove that.
I can. They're Uchiha, and they just don't want to admit that they're inferior to the rest of the village. They're just biased.
But why? I mean, why? That's why would they be biased?
Because they just think the Uchiha are just that proud of themselves.
I mean, how would that benefit the village?
They don't care about benefiting the village. They want to benefit themselves. Remember, they were planning a whole coup based around killing the Hokage.
Yeah, that's fine, but
so they don't care about the village. They only care about themselves, which would prove the fact that they're just biased here. Can you prove that they're not biased?
I mean, actually, that's one thing that I gotta say, which is important. That is it's not actually the Uchiha saying that, actually the writer. So,
I mean, the writer says everything, dude. That's just stupid.
No, it's not stupid. Actually, I mean, there
is no actual Uchiha clan that exists. There is no Hagoromo. The writer writes all that stuff. But that doesn't mean that he's not writing them in character. And in character, they're just biased.
I mean, that means that there's not actually a character speaking that. It's actually the writer stating.
No, he's not. He's right. Yeah, he's writing that the rest of the Uchiha clan are just biased and just think that he's on the same level as Minato. It doesn't mean he is. He has no feats on that level.
But that's not what it is saying. What it's actually
Yes,
saying
it
is that what is, I mean, as I told you, it's not
the Uchiha thought he was prime candidate for Hokage. He was referred to nations due to his extreme strength and visual power. Is Shinobi's strength equivalent or even possibly greater than Minato Namikaze?
Yeah, I mean,
if you look at the beginning there, it literally pointed out that this is through the perspective of the Uchiha.
I saw that, but they thought he was a candidate of. I mean,
they're just being biased.
Hold on, they thought that he was a candidate, but it's not because they thought that he. I mean.
So I think we're going circle at this point in time. Do you want to go on with your scaling, or do you have any more scaling?
No, hold on.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay. I'm gonna move on to my last part of my scaling.
Okay. Oh shoot, my boy gunpoint left. Damn it.
I had hold on a second.
That's fine. Take your time. Make sure I have all my scans real fast as well. For Naruto. I have any of my Itachi scans. Wow, that's awful.
All right. Is that one, bro?
Okay, real quick. What chapter does Itachi fight Sasuke?
What chapter does he fight? Like their fight, right? Like the initial fight. What you mean?
Yeah.
Part 2, right?
Yeah, the one where he seals Orochimaru.
It's hold up. Chapters 383 to 393.
Do you have the data book stuff for Amanda by any chance?
For who?
For Manda. I mean,
Manda?
Manda, the 8-headed serpent Orochimaru.
Oh, well, I don't. I have to find it. Wait. I got it.
Thank you.
There you go. I think that's it, right?
I'm having a hard time finding this scan, but like, I mean, what basically that said that Shisui would have been able to, they were confident that Shisui would have been able to abduct the third Hokage, which was Hiruzen at that time, which means that Shisui would be strong enough. What?
I know what you're talking about. No, it doesn't say that. It says that he's their best chance at doing it.
No, I feel like I had a scan that said that it was like he would be able to abduct him. I
know what you're talking about. It literally just says that he's just the best chance at doing it. I can pull up the physical book and find it if you want.
You got a physical book?
I have a physical book of that.
Yeah, so you're more prepared than me about this shit. But I mean, I feel like I had one scan, bro. I don't remember what they wrote precisely, but I feel like it was something like I said. But I just gotta find that again.
Okay, I'll give you a couple more minutes.
It's better if I find that. Fuck, I get rid of some things. Make it other way.
Because the one you're talking about is in book 2, if I remember correctly.
No.
That was in Midnight. Okay, there's my Midnight copy. Because it happens right before Shisui's death.
Bro, goddamn. What's this shit? Where's the...
Any luck finding it?
I'm not finding that, bro.
Well, at this point in time, because I know what you're talking about, and
Wait,
it's
hold
not
up,
saying
hold up. Slinky found it for you. It's in the chat, Gil. So
Yeah, so I mean, thank you, Sleeky. So as I was talking about, they were going to use him, which means that they were confident that he would have been able to do that. Because that was a whole plan, right? Because that was like what they're.
Okay, go on.
I mean, so they were going to use Shisui, teleportation to charge the residence and I believe the third Hokage, which means that they were planning to send him, and because of his speed, he would have been able to abduct him. So
No,
that means
that's again. That's just
Hold
because
on.
they just thought that was his best chance of doing it, not necessarily because he succeeded.
No, but I mean, but they had confidence that he would have been able to because of his speed, right? And
Again, they're just biased.
and that was their plan, their whole plan. So they knew how fast Shisui was, and they had knowledge on like the Hokage, right? And you know that for a fact because the Hokage was like everyone knows
They
how
don't
strong he
know
was.
Hokage. They don't know who the Kage at his best right now because they think he's an old man. So they just think he's massively weaker. It's just not the case. Again, it's like with Minato, they're just extremely biased at this point in time.
I mean, he wasn't that old at that time, though. He wasn't like he wasn't like fucking.
No, he's
old
not
as
like
fuck.
he's not like 70 at this point in time, but he's still a lot older. And he is getting to the point where realistically he would be starting to retire. So they just are like downplaying him and just upscaling Shisui.
No, I mean, why would they upskill him? Like, that would be a life.
Because they're biased. They think really highly of themselves.
I mean, that would be a really risky mission. So they wouldn't send him just because they were like biased and they were upscaling him, bro. Like,
yes, they would. They are completely ignoring the fact that doing this, even if it were to succeed, would create another great ninja war, which would cause them even more problems down the line. They don't care about all the like ramifications.
So why wouldn't they send the leader then? I mean, why
they just think Shishui's the fastest. Like you said before, he was the most talented and the best at the body flicker. So they just can get in and get out.
But didn't you say that Shisui? I mean, but didn't you say that they were biased and they were saying that Fuck was stronger than Minato, right? So if they're upset that Fuck was stronger than Minato, we know for a fact that Minato is like to be the one of the fastest characters as well. Why wouldn't they send a character that's stronger than Minato to take the Hokage, bro?
Strongest doesn't mean speed.
I mean, it means that you can react to your point, though. Like,
no, it doesn't. So it just says that he has really good ocular powers, and he was just feared for his power. That doesn't mean he's like that much faster. And again, Shishui's just really talented and good at getting in and out of places. So that was the plan. They were going to use that, but they're just being biased. He wouldn't have succeeded.
I mean, but of course they would have to fight as well, right? Because like it's not.
So you're just agreeing with me then?
I mean, no, like you're not only going there like abduct him. I mean, he would resist, so it would require as well, not just speed. So having a character that is great, as strong as Minato, even possibly stronger than Minato, it would even facilitate
their plan would be to get him in there so he can use his Sharingan so they can control him and get him out. No combat would have been needed.
Use the Sharingan.
Probably.
Why? Why you say? Can you prove?
Because that's what they're known for, is using the Sharingan to control people.
I mean, but can you prove that was because you said that was their plan, right? They would have to use the Sharingan.
I don't know if that's their plan specifically. That's just my assumption with the Sharingan. But there's nothing to suggest that he was going to go in there and throw hands with the third.
I mean, the only thing we know for a fact that there would be his teleportation, which is speed. So there's no Sharingan, so he probably require like
I said, their plan was for Shisui to get in, grab the third, and get out. No combat needed. And they were just wrong. He would have just failed.
No, so as I say, a combat would be required because like he would have to go there.
Why would it be? No, it wouldn't.
Because you were saying that they would use the Sharingan, right? Which I disproved by saying that like the plan was used.
I'm saying he could use the Sharingan, not that he would.
No, you said that was the plan. Actually, you said that like.
I said that could be the plan.
That could or whatever, but I mean, I'm not gonna like we know for
fact. But your scaling is based off the fact that they're upscaling the third, and that they're being fair with Shisui. I've proven that they're biased towards their people. They just think the third is like an old man after the Nine Tails attacks, and that he can't fight as well.
I mean, actually, you didn't prove that they were biased. You say that they were biased, but like,
Yeah, of course
that's.
they're biased. I think they're the strongest members in the clan. If you look at how
I mean, but
Sasuke talks, of course they're biased.
I
You
mean,
haven't proved that they're not
they.
biased.
They actually strong. The strongest clan for a fact.
They're
Like
not the strongest. The Human clan's the strongest.
I mean, I feel like you would say that the Uchiha clan was the strongest, but I should see if I can find this statement.
It said he was the most talented. There's nothing that says he's the strongest. And even if it was, again, that was only at that point in time.
I'm talking
and there's
about.
nothing to upscale any other members.
I'm talking about the clan overall, not just him. So if the clan
Yeah,
said
I
to
know.
be the
That's
strongest,
only
that means that they wouldn't have
that's
to.
only at that point in time.
And at that point in time, we had the Hyuga clan and everything, so that would mean that the Uchiha clan was the most powerful one. So it's not biased, like the fact that they're literally stating the fact.
No, again, that's just their opinion. I don't agree that they were ever the most powerful.
But as I say, if it was stated, so they are.
Except maybe I could see that argument being true if Madara was there, but he wasn't.
I mean, but I'm saying it was. I think it was stated. So if it was stated, it's not about being biased or not. It's about statement. So I'm gonna try to find the statement. I think it was. I can't tell for sure.
This is what I'll do for you. I'll steel man your argument and say that's true. That just means as an overall group, they're more powerful than every other group. Not that the individual members are stronger than every other individual members.
I mean, but that means that they wouldn't be biased. That means that they would be
yes,
actually,
it would.
you know.
No, that would still mean that they're biased because they could still think one member of their group is necessarily stronger than another person just based off the fact that they think they're the strongest clan, not off of any empirical facts.
I mean, but the empirical fact is that the clan is the strongest, which means that it would have the stronger shinobi, you know. So
no, that's not what that means. Being the strongest clan just means overall your ninjas are just stronger than the groups than other ninjas groups.
Yeah, I mean, so the overall would include the leader of the clan, of course, and the most talented member.
That doesn't mean anything. Yeah. So, like, a good way of looking at this is let's take like Naruto's Uzumaki clan. Let's take all the members we know and throw in 1,000 people who can't do anything. Now, a clan like the Amarabi clan would now be stronger than the Uzumaki clan based off the fact that they got 1,000 members who can't fight. But they don't have a member in their clan stronger than Naruto because Naruto is still inherently stronger than all of them. So there's a difference between having a member in your clan that's stronger than every other member in one clan and having an overall stronger clan.
But as I told you, knowing that Shisui was the most talented and Fugaku was the leader, and
that doesn't
the
mean
clan,
anything.
I mean, and the clan was the strongest, and we know for a fact that they can't fight, otherwise they wouldn't have mentioned that.
They're only the strongest because of they're just overall the strongest because of how many people have their ocular powers, and how many of them are fighters because of how far they push themselves.
No, but not many
one-on-one stronger than every other member in every other clan.
That
doesn't follow.
Not many. Like there was not like a lot of people with Sharingan. Actually, it was only a few people that had the Sharingan.
They said it was rare, but that just later shown to not be true.
Why? When?
Because almost every member that we see in Naruto who's a Uchiha clan member has a Sharingan.
No, but we see only the strongest ones, like fucking Sasuke, Itachi. Yeah, normally we saw only like
we see a bunch of people with no names with Sharingan. Even like Sasuke's like half Uchiha girlfriend had a Sharingan.
I mean, show me that in the manga and show me like a bunch of randoms with the Sharingan in the manga.
It's just in the first manga.
But the data book, I feel like the data book.
Not data book. I misspoke with data book. It's the manga. It was from the graphic novel itself.
Okay, but if I'm not mistaken, the manga says that only a few members of the clan could had the Sharingan.
That just got retconned.
But it didn't because the clan got eliminated. Itachi killed everyone.
Yeah,
so
they
how
all
would that
died,
get?
So no one at that point in time had it. But I'm saying up to that point, almost everyone who we see who shows up has a Sharingan.
But at that point in time, was the point in time that we're talking about. Almost no one in the clan have it. So even
that's
though
not true. Almost everyone we see has a Sharingan. So that's just
hold on.
There's even the fact that they even
let me finish.
Hold on, let me finish. Please
let
me finish my
interrupted me. You interrupted me.
No, because I'm addressing the point. Because you know why Izanami was. I am addressing. Do you know why Izanami was made? The reason why Izanami was made is because this goes with my point. The reason why Izanami was made because a lot of people in the Uchiha clan were using the abilities of Izanagi. The way you use Izanagi is with the Sharingan.
I mean, you say a lot, but I mean, actually, it wasn't a lot. It was only those who could use a Sharingan. Which, I mean, comparing with the number of members that the clan had back then, it wasn't a lot. It was only a few members. So yeah, it's still like it doesn't really matter. So
anyway, I think I've disproven your thing. Can we move on?
You interrupted me, and I want to continue. So knowing that,
okay, go on. But I want to move on after this.
So knowing that only a few members of the clan had the Sharingan, and the clan was still the strongest clan, that means that they had like no reason to fucking upscale and be biased towards the strongest member of the clan, because the clan was stronger because a few members had the Sharingan. So I don't think your point makes sense of they being biased, But if you wanna move on, we can move on. You can go on and scale your card. I mean, let me drop my skill, but I forgot to do it completely. It would be
any of that count for scaling. You didn't actually scale Shisui to anyone, so like, how fast is he or anything?
I skill him to Minato and to Fugaku and to Hiruzen actually.
Okay.
And if he's fast than Minato, he's fast than like basically the whole fucking verse most.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, actually, I didn't mention Itachi, which is the problem. Like, yeah, I figured out that right now. I didn't mention Itachi in the skill. So the point of the debate, basically, I was being stupid. Actually, I just got it. But I think that's stated that just the most talented member of the clan and the best teleportation. So it would mean that he has as well.
Okay.
So it
can I
goes
go
like
with my
that.
scaling now?
Yeah, you can go. It goes
okay.
like that, whatever.
So I just put it in general chat for you. My scaling is Itachi is greater than Obito, who's greater than the Ninetales, who's relative to Minato. Who's greater? Wait 1 second. Who's greater than Shisui?
So I'm gonna begin with why is Itachi greater than Obito? I mean, I don't think that matters actually. I just don't understand why you put that in this.
This statement right here from Obito, where he says that if Itachi had known everything about him, he would have been able to kill him. There's also this one right here, where it just flat out states that they see each other as rivals, and that Itachi says that he would kill Obito if they were to fight.
Yeah, hold on, let me read that.
So not only does Obito acknowledge that they're equal to each other, he just openly admits that Itachi could kill him.
That's fine, but you know that you're talking about. I mean, I feel like the novel that you're using is the same novel that Shisui was in, wasn't it? I don't know exactly.
It is. No, it is.
So if you're using that,
that's the end of Midnight.
So if you're using that as an argument to say that Itachi would be able to kill Obito, so Shisui would as well, because Shisui said it to be like. So Shisui.
This is a lot later in the novel. You know that, right?
I mean, I haven't read the novel, but how?
This is towards the very end of the novel. So this statement is after Shisui gives Itachi his eye. Itachi unlocks the MS, and he gets all the hatred amps through killing his entire clan. And after getting used to using his Sharingan. So this is just a massively more powerful Itachi. than the one that
I
was
mean,
like relative to like Shisui.
I mean, he was how massively power you mean? Like why?
Massively, it doesn't matter. He's just massively more powerful.
Why?
Like I said
Why
before, he gets
massively more power?
because the Sharingan gets more powerful the more hatred you feel, and Itachi really hates himself because of what he did.
Prove that he hates himself.
I don't have to.
You say that he got stronger because of that, right? I want to see proof that he hates himself.
No, I don't want to.
So you concede then?
No, I don't.
Why are you still
I don't have
refusing
to
to
prove.
give?
I don't have to prove how much powerful he gets because I've already proven that he gets powerful enough that he's relative to Obito, and that's the Itachi that you're talking about is one that was early on.
Actually, because you got to at least prove that he got stronger, right?
I just did off the fact that he's like relative to Obito.
Why wasn't he relative to him before then?
Because why would he be?
Because like we don't know if he got stronger or not. I mean, we know that he awoke the
If
doesn't mean that he got massively stronger.
If you wanted specific, the last time him and Obito had interacted, Itachi was so paralyzed by fear by how powerful Obito was that he couldn't do anything.
Let's see that.
I don't have that statement. Slicky, do you have that one?
Oh, what'd you say?
1 second.
What'd you ask for?
Oh, it's the first time Itachi meets Obito when he's trying to escort that guy when he was a kid.
Because like I feel like I mean he was immature with the Sharingan with the MS he had, same way that Sasuke was when he awoke and then went to fight Killer Beast. Doesn't mean that they got massively stronger right off the bat, you know. So I don't think you can prove that. That's why I want to say they stay.
It's just stated that the Uchiha clan get more powerful off their emotion by Toby Rama. Do you want that statement?
I mean, I'm not talking about that. But I want to say something that Itachi hates himself so much to get so massively stronger the way that you're saying. Because let me tell you, when Sasuke awoke the mask, he went to fight Killer Bee. Jugo said that he wasn't it's clear that he wasn't extremely like fucking more powerful than Heavy Sasuke. He was even like a little bit, you know, weaker because he was injured, right? So like, it's not because of like, it's not because of the eye he would get like massively stronger instantaneously. You know, you still gotta master it, and something like Itachi had like perfect control at that time.
He doesn't need perfect control. It's just stated for a fact that the more Uchiha feels strong emotion by Tobirama, the stronger he gets. Not only does he feel hatred towards Gonzo because of the situation he's in, he hates the clan because they're so blind to everything, and he hates himself because he has to kill them.
I would say a statement that he hates himself. That's what I'm asking.
Look, I'll even ignore the idea that he hates himself. I'll keep looking, but he still hates Gonzo and the rest of the clan.
So prove that just because you hate someone means that you would get massively stronger the way you say then.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get the statement from Tobirama then.
You still need that scan?
I'll take that scan as well.
You said when he executes that one guy, is that what you said?
Yeah, when he just kind of stands there and lets it happen.
Is this after he talks with Obito?
Yeah.
Okay.
I also need that statement from Tobirama where he says that the Uchiha gets stronger based off their emotion. Oh, I think I found it. Oh, no, never mind. Wait, no, this is it. Okay. So here's his statement from Tobirama where he says that the emotions of the Uchiha clan make them stronger. I am in the right place. Did you get that, Gil?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
So even if I ignored the fact that Itachi hated himself, which, by the way, he did. If you actually read the manga, you'll see that. But if I ignore that, we know that he hated Danzo and he hated what the clan was becoming. And because of that, he was getting stronger throughout the entire thing. And we know that the MS amplifies their power by 10 times.
By what?
By 10 times.
How? Nah, we don't know about
that. That's a Shisui statement. No, that's a Shisui statement. Do you want it?
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Shisui. That actually helps me though, but
No, it doesn't.
It does.
So how does it help you?
Because if Shisui already had the MS and already could use the special bit of his MS, that means that he had a great control over his eyes. So he's 10 times stronger than he's in base. In base
no,
is
that's
as well.
Your scaling would take up MS Shisui. So your scaling doesn't change. So are you willing to just accept that?
Accept what?
That the Sharingan makes you the MS makes you 10 times stronger?
Yeah, but as I told you,
okay, so do you have any other problems with my scaling then?
Yeah, because if he was in base, it's stronger than the Itachi that was according to you, right? Able to kill Obito?
No, your scaling would automatically encompass that of MS Obito. And that MS Obito just doesn't have any scaling outside of what we had discussed, which would still put him massively weaker than MS Itachi before he even joins the Itachis. So again, do you have any problems with the rest of my scaling, or do you accept the rest of it?
I'm just saying that they would put MS Obito, MS Shisui stronger than Obito as well.
Can you please answer my question?
No, I'm answering what you were saying, because as I told you,
no, that wouldn't do anything with your scaling, because your scaling would assume MS Shisui. So your scaling wouldn't change.
Yeah, the scaling is still MS Shisui regardless.
Yeah, so do you have any other problems with the rest of my scale? Or are you fine with it?
Of course, the rest scaling is trash as well, but let me
what is
it.
That. Can you give me a specific? Remember, it's Obito. It's Itachi over Obito over Ninetales relative to Minato greater than Shisui.
I saw that, but you ignore something really weird, the Ninetales is vulnerable to Genjutsu, you know that, right? That's the only reason why they're cool. I'm not saying stronger, but they are able to restrain and control the Bijou. The Ninetales actually.
You have to be strong enough to actually do it, not just anyone with a Sharingan can.
No, we saw that every character that
we only see
actually can't do that.
2 Uchihas control the Ninetales. No one else does it.
Because they had MS, right?
No, Obito can do it with his base Sharingan.
Why?
Because he does it.
No, he had MS at that point in time.
Do you want me to show you?
You want to show me the QB with the base Sharingan, right? That's what you're gonna do. I know that, but he had the MS already. But so the MS,
his eyes, Sharingan as well.
But his eyes were already enhanced and his power was already massively enhanced by the MS. According to you, that you got massive 10 times stronger with the MS, and he already had.
He still does it with his base Sharingan.
He does with the base Sharingan. Where?
Hold on, I grabbed the wrong scan.
You can't show the part where he actually does it, right? You're gonna show the with the eyes and shit. It doesn't mean that he did with the base Sharingan.
It's in that part as well. Give me 1 second. I'm having problems. There we go. Okay, it's kind of working. That's weird. I just got this the other day. Let me go. Okay, is that still? You sent me that one, didn't you?
Which one?
Yeah, here it is. I found it.
Yeah, the Orochimaru thing. Yeah.
No, not the Orochimaru thing. I got it. I just couldn't find it in my scan
the
for some
nine
reason.
tails. The nine tails, right? Yeah.
But as I told you, he already had the MS, so his powers were enhanced by it.
No, his power only gets enhanced when he has the MS active.
I mean, no, you didn't say that. You told me that once you're awake, you get 10 times stronger. You didn't say
I
that.
didn't say awakens. I said the MS makes you 10 times stronger.
So he had the MS already. So he was 10 times
He
stronger.
didn't have the MS. He didn't have the MS awaken, so that's irrelevant. He didn't have that active. It's only
he had the awaken. He didn't have
the MS is active.
Prove that it gotta be active then. And
Why
prove
would
that
you ever activate? Why would you activate the MS then?
And prove that you would have to the proof that Obito would have been able to do that if he didn't have the MS though.
He's doing it right now.
But he already
doesn't have the MS. He doesn't have his MS active. If he needed the MS, he would have activated it.
Which according to you, that makes you 10 times stronger. So like
I never
be activated.
I never stated that. When did I state that?
You did. When we were talking,
I
said
said
that the
the
MS makes you 10 times stronger.
Yes, I said it makes you 10 times stronger, not permanently. You have to have that active. You're just putting words in my mouth.
I mean, you're saying that right now, and I want you to prove that.
You're strawmanning me, man. I never said the MS was a permanent amp. I just said the MS makes you 10 times stronger.
But you're saying right now, so I want you to prove that.
No, I'm not. That's what you're saying.
No, that's what you're saying. You're saying that you gotta be active.
You are the one saying that the second you awaken it, you're just permanently 10 times stronger. No, I say the MS.
And you said vibrating, and before you say vibrating that it makes you 10 times stronger, right? And I accept that.
When it's active.
And now you're saying that it gotta be active. I want you to prove that it gotta be active.
No, I don't have to prove that. You're the one saying
you have
it's
because
like
you're changing argument.
I'm not changing my argument.
You have.
I just assumed.
Yes, you were.
I just assumed you would be smart enough to understand what I'm saying to you.
And I did.
It's not.
And then I did. But why would I accept you fucking saying something else right now? That I gotta be active.
It's the same thing that I'm saying. You just
no, it's not
what I'm saying.
No, it's not. What you say is that the
when did I ever say the MS was a permanent amp?
I mean, you said the MS amps you 10 times, and then you said that.
Yes, I didn't say it was a. I never said it was a permanent amp.
But
so you're just putting words in my mouth.
And hold
on.
Now you're claiming.
Now you're the one claiming that it's a 10 times permanent amp.
And then say to me that Shisui says that, right? And I accept it. But now you change your argument saying that I gotta be.
No, my argument hasn't. My argument has not changed. The only thing that's changed is you need it to be permanent.
Hold on. Now you're saying that you gotta be active. I want to see the proof that it has to be active. So
I never claimed it was permanent. That was you.
I mean, can I see the Shisui statement then? Can I see that?
1 second.
All right.
Fucking straw man. I think I sent it to Bass at one point in time. Is image.
And then you said that the hatred and everything that makes stronger as well. So when you awake the MS, is that full of emotions going to your body and shit. So that would make you stronger as well. But yeah, he was like already stronger than a character with 3 Tomoes would be. So basically, my argument still stands. Like,
I have to look it up. It happens in daylight. Itachi. Okay, there's the archives for it. Should be towards the bottom when he fights what's his face. Should be around here. It was midnight.
Son?
One more time. I'm looking for the statement in Itachi from Itachi's novels where it says that from Shisui, where he says that using the MS allows them to use 10 folds the amount of chakra. Could have sworn I had it.
You got
I didn't put any time on you, dude.
but I was counting, bro.
You were counting? Why were you counting?
I was counting while I was looking for this scan because, like, that's
okay,
what we
that's
do.
fine. I found it anyway. I wasn't gonna rush you, but whatever. Since you want to be like that, let me.
I'm not rushing you, bro. Like, you got plenty
You
of
are.
time.
You're giving me. You are rushing me if you're just gonna give me a random amount of time. Here, Discord. Let's hope this works the way I think it should. Okay, there you go. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Let me read that.
That's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. I need to organize this a bit better. The one about the MS reversal. That's not it. Okay, here it is. This one is it. Here. Post. Okay, there we go. That's this time I made sure it was the right one. I just have to look my targets in the eye. I can pour my chakra in, even if our gazes aren't intersected, and the amount of chakra is several times more than the normal Sharingan.
So why is that 10 times? And I don't get it.
10 times is just a bare minimum. It just says several times, which would be more than 10. Yeah. So it could be greater than even that.
But it doesn't mean that it makes it 10 times as strong. It actually means that it makes like techniques 10 times stronger, right? Or what? The Genjutsu.
Yeah, he's stating that his MS allows him to use several times more chakra than the Sharingan.
And
so like I said before, it's not a permanent boost. Like I've been saying this whole time, it's only when the MS is active.
I mean, I see the full scan, please, bro.
I don't have
page. The full
I don't
page,
have it. I don't have it. Otherwise, I would send it to you.
Because, like, I mean, that's like I want to say the context behind the statement, bro. That's the point.
That was when they were fighting. That was when they were fighting someone from the Hyuga clan, and Itachi was having problems getting him to look him in the eye to use his skin jutsu on him. I don't have the full page, or I would send it to you. That's all you're going to be able to get from me.
But why would I believe you, bro?
Because I just send it to you. You don't have to believe me. I don't need you to.
That doesn't make much sense, right? Like you send a skin, like literally, like what, a few sentences and shit, and I want to whole skin to
I don't have the whole thing. There's nothing else in the interpretation. That's the whole sentence.
So I was asking you to explain the context, right? You told me about the huge shit, but like
so here's where we are. You've already agreed that the MS makes you more powerful, and is it just me proving that the MS only makes you more powerful when it's active? Both my criteria for my proof has been fulfilled. If you want to believe me, that's fine.
I disagree because you could be sending to me something out of context. But when I wanted to put it in the context,
that's the full context. If you don't believe it, that's not my problem.
I wanted to put that.
I did. I just sent it to you.
No, I wanted to prove that sending the full context. That's where I would be.
I don't have the rest of the page, but that is the full context. Everything else is irrelevant to that.
So you got to consider that point, bro, because like
I don't have to do that. I don't have to do anything with that point.
I mean, if you're unable to provide what I'm asking, which is the full context, which is like the main important thing,
I don't need to give you the full context. If you don't, no, I don't have to concede.
You need because I'm trusting your word, bro. Why
just because you don't trust the context, I'm not giving you my word. I gave you the reasoning behind the word. Just because you don't accept that as good enough, that's not my problem.
No, you gave me the context behind the scan, and I wanted to prove that the context is actually right.
No, because this is where we're standing. This is where we're standing.
Because
I mean, like I can send you
like hold on, brother, hold on. Because I can send you a scan like you did, and then say that the context like is something else that it would mislead you or whatever. That's why I want to see the full context of the scan.
I don't have the rest of the scan, but what in the context? What in this context could be misleading?
It could be misleading. It could be misleading because
what here could specifically be misleading?
Because I want to read the whole paragraph and
I want to know what specifically could be misleading.
I mean, if he's talking about like I mean a specific genjutsu or like. I mean,
no, he's literally just talking about how his MS allows him to mold more chakra than his normal Sharingan.
But why would I believe you on that, bro? Like
because it's right there. Just because, okay, well, we're moving in circles. I don't care if you believe me or not. I've given you the context and the reason for it. So, do you have any other problems with it?
I have a problem because, like, the context that you gave to me.
Do you have any other problem besides that?
I mean, forced me to believe in your word, which I refuse to, because you're my opponent here. So I want to see the page, bro. Please. Okay,
I'm gonna ask one more time, and if you don't answer or move on, then I'm gonna have you disqualified for breaking the dialectic.
I mean, I've
already fulfilled my burden and showed what I need to. Your lack of belief is not my problem. So, do you have any other problem with this part of the scaling or my scaling in general?
I mean, you haven't fulfilled your burden or whatever because
I did, and if you don't think I did, then that's my problem, not yours. So do you have any other problem with my scaling in general, or something else with this part of the scaling that doesn't involve this?
Hold on.
Okay.
What is the ND? I mean, I just have to look at my target's eye. A ND. What is an ND? Because like I think that's a fake scan, bro.
That's and.
Okay.
Look, it's not my fault they wrote the manga weird. The novel weird. That's not my fault. There's a lot of problems like that within it. So that's irrelevant.
All right, hold on.
Also, you're the last person I want to hear talk to me about fake scans, man.
I don't use that, bro. That's weird.
I still can't get over the fact that you tried to use a fake scan to prove that APA guy was the fastest ninja.
It's not a fake scan, actually.
That was a fake scan. But anyway, like I said before, do you have any other problems with this scale particularly, or in this part of the scaling?
Yeah, I have a problem with this scaling because, like, you have yet to prove that. Have yet to prove that they're stronger than Ninetales, not because of Hex. Because as I told you, the only reason why they can't.
He would have to be strong enough to control him, otherwise it wouldn't work. No other Uchiha can quit.
Why?
Because you have to be strong enough to fight off the Tail Beast mind.
So I mean, why? Prove that.
You can't control someone who's stronger than you.
I mean, why? Like, I didn't know about that, actually. It just makes no sense. Like, you can't go to someone that is stronger than you. So Genjutsu is basically not effective against people that are like even slightly stronger than you. It doesn't make sense.
No. That would make sense.
Genjutsu is supposed to be an ability that you use to just like beat an opponent. It's not just. It doesn't mean that you wouldn't be able to use that against an opponent that is stronger than you. Otherwise, it would be useful. It wouldn't be as useful. Like, for example, I mean, Itachi doing Genjutsu against Killer Bee, right? Like, just because he was
stronger than.
I mean,
Itachi's not stronger than Killer Bee.
I mean, so if you're able to trap your opponent under Genjutsu, that means that you're stronger than him even without defeating him. Then, just because you can't put a Genjutsu, that's it. Like, he was stronger. Because that's what you're saying.
Okay. What's the problem with that?
And I want to see a proof. I want you to prove that.
Okay.
Because, for example, Sasuke is stronger than Madara, right? No, Madara is stronger than Sasuke, right? But Sasuke could deflect the Tsukuyomi, and one more.
Madara was not stronger than Sasuke at that point in time.
He actually was. And hold on, and one more thing. Like, I mean, Itachi would be able to use literally a fucking bird, to trap Sasuke in a Genjutsu. So, is a bird stronger than Sasuke? No,
No, that was Itachi's chakra. So Itachi's the one stronger than Sasuke.
No, that was a bird. That was a bird being controlled by Itachi.
Jutsus. Yeah,
no, but I mean, no, it's the bird like with Itachi's chakra doing it. It's not actually.
Yeah, it's Itachi controlling, not the bird.
I mean, so prove that Itachi can put 100% of his chakra into the bird, then. Otherwise,
I never said that. Hold on, I never said that.
So you're literally saying that the bird is stronger than Sasuke, then?
No, Itachi's stronger than Sasuke.
But Itachi's not doing it. It's the bird. It's the bird with Itachi's eye that's
no, it's Itachi doing it. He's just doing it through the bird.
No, I mean, so through the bird, he's controlling the bird using his chakra, right? So,
yeah.
I mean, you're saying that
Itachi's the one doing it, not the bird.
So you're saying that a slightly amount of Itachi's chakra that is required to use the Genjutsu is enough to say that he's stronger than Sasuke, then. A slightly amount. Because, like, of course, he wouldn't put 100% of his chakra into the bird, otherwise his body would collapse, right? That's what happens when you do something with 100% of your chakra. So you're saying that the bird goes over Itachi, then. That doesn't make sense.
I was like, I need to repeat all of that.
It's like, the argument of, like, Genjutsu, it doesn't make sense, bro.
What doesn't make sense?
I mean, I already told you, like, you want me to repeat myself again?
I didn't understand anything. Yeah, I literally just said, can you repeat yourself?
Damn, bro. Like, as I told you, I mean, let me remember what I said, because I was talking too fast. I mean, you're saying that Itachi wasn't transmitting or like giving 100% of his chakra to the bird, otherwise, like, he would collapse, right? That's common sense. If you do that, such a fucking transference, your body wouldn't still stand. But, like, so if Itachi had given a like slightly amount of his chakra to the bird, just enough to do the Genjutsu, that would mean that the bird, with that amount of chakra being controlled, is stronger than Sasuke,
at this point in time, I think you've given me enough examples to prove that you need to be stronger than your opponent to Genjutsu them.
I mean, I think, like, you're literally saying that bird is stronger than Itachi. That's what I think.
Itachi was the one controlling the bird. It was Itachi.
I mean, it's stronger than Sasuke. My bad. You're saying that the bird is stronger than Sasuke.
Yeah, Itachi is stronger than Sasuke. Genjutsu. Madara is not stronger than Jubi Madara is not stronger than EMS Sasuke.
What?
Yeah, so I think you just proven my point.
Say what? Dream Matters not stronger than EMS Sasuke, bro. He's not. Damn. But I didn't know about that. But here's the thing. If like you have yet to explain how the bird shit works for me, because like you're saying
Itachi
that
was controlling the bird. It wasn't the bird who did it. It was Itachi.
But how was he controlling the bird?
You just admitted that he put his chakra in the bird to do it.
But as I told you, you think that I slightly like a small fraction of Itachi's chakra is stronger than Sasuke then?
Yeah,
right?
Itachi's just that much stronger
Okay.
than Sasuke.
Okay, but we saw that they were relative.
They're not relative.
I mean, actually, we saw that Itachi is stronger. That he surpasses Itachi. Then we saw that. That's stated.
At what point in time?
I'm gonna grab this scan and prove to you. Stated actually. So like, it just disproves your whole point. Like right here.
What exactly are you talking about?
Let me grab this scan.
Okay. All you've done is actively proven my point. Everyone that you brought up was either actually strong enough to do it, or they just weren't. Actually, does anyone have the moment where Kurana tried to get Itachi in a Genjutsu? Or at least remember that chapter. It's like around chapter 40, wasn't it?
I mean, that's not a video technique, though.
I think that was around chapter 40. Because that's a good example of this. Itachi just flat out says that level of Genjutsu won't work on me.
141. It's 141.
Really? Is that far in?
Yeah.
What the hell? 141.
Yeah, right there, bro.
Give me 1 second.
So if Itachi wasn't stronger than Sasuke, and why would he be able to put him in the Genjutsu? It makes no sense.
Transplanting Itachi's eyes, the Mangekyo Sharingan gained General Light. His techniques and eye techniques surpassed his own brothers.
Yeah.
They're only referring to the sick Itachi who was losing his light, not like the healthy Itachi. So that's irrelevant. It's also just talking about his overall
healthy
skill. Anyway.
Healthy Itachi's headcanon. Healthy Itachi headcanon. So it's
No,
not
it's
like
not.
some. All right, tell me one healthy Itachi's feet then, like a pen or whatever.
He doesn't need any feats. He doesn't need any feats. Why would he?
I mean, so skill him then. Skill healthy Itachi.
It's like I don't need to scale him.
You need the thing that apply with the Itachi that we saw, which is sick Itachi.
It's
the only one that got
logical.
feats in the
It just
manga.
makes logical sense. Hold on. It just makes logical sense that when your visual power goes down, then your MS and all that would go down as well, since that's affected directly by your ability to see.
But that's the only Itachi that we know. Like, I've never seen any healthy Itachi fighting to skill him above Sasuke.
I don't care if you've seen it. That's irrelevant.
I mean, so you can't back up your claim. You're saying that only applies to Itachi that.
I just did. The fact that Itachi's visual ability is going down would be enough to prove that his abilities with his MS are going down.
No, but you're unable to prove that that's the reason why he got surpassed. You're unable to prove that healthy Itachi, which is a headcanon, would be.
It doesn't say he surpassed him. It's just saying that his techniques.
Because a healthy Itachi does not exist. We don't know how strong.
Hold on. Because your statement doesn't even say that he's stronger than Itachi. It's just saying that he's better visual technique.
I mean, if he's better visual techniques, right?
That doesn't mean he's stronger. You're just reading that into
No, his techniques and his eye techniques. So techniques, which
just his techniques. That doesn't mean he's more powerful.
It does. Techniques are stronger.
Again,
what is techniques?
You can be more skilled than someone and not be stronger than them.
All right, define techniques. Define the word techniques.
Technique is your ability to do something.
Yeah, so do something would be. I mean, so it's really broad, right? So
you can. Here's the difference. You can be the best at martial arts, but then still be weaker than someone who lifts weights for a living?
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can. Why wouldn't that be the case?
Because if
They're two
like
different
the
things.
best,
One's the knowledge on how to do something. The other is the physical raw strength behind it.
no, I mean, all is a physical raw strength without the proper technique to beat one with
So
a better
you're
technique.
telling me a 4-year-old who has a black belt in karate and jiu-jitsu is physically stronger than you?
No, I'm not saying that because like you literally say something
That is
like
literally what you are saying.
no, because like you're trying to apply that to justify like the Itachi argument,
That
right?
is the raw logic that you are going with. You're
No, I
saying
mean
that
the
someone
raw
who is
logic.
more skilled is stronger than someone. So you are saying that if a 4-year-old knows both a black belt in jiu-jitsu and karate, that they are now stronger than you. That's just not true. This statement doesn't say anything about Sasuke's power.
No, it says about his techniques and his eye techniques. And hold on a second. Genjutsu is an eye technique, right? So if Itachi was a stronger, had a weaker genjutsu than Sasuke, why would he be able to do that? Like, it makes no sense. It contradicts your argument when you say that you got to be stronger to use a genjutsu, right?
It doesn't say he's stronger. It just says he has better technique.
But I mean, genjutsu is an eye technique, but literally what it takes to do that.
Yes, he can have better technique, but not stronger eyes.
But what? Like, how is that even possible, bro? Like,
because he knows how to use his MS better than Itachi did. Because Itachi didn't really use his MS like that.
But his techniques are better. It doesn't mean that he's. I'm fucking confused, bro. Because what you're saying is mind blowing.
You've confused yourself. I'm saying Sasuke has the skill, but Itachi has the power behind his.
Hold on, bro. Let me.
That's also the fact that this would be talking about EMS Sasuke, which would be a Sasuke whose physical powers can't go away because of it, while Itachi's can. So that could also be referring to that as well.
So
there's multiple things that this could be referring to, besides just raw power.
I mean, I didn't like. I mean, Peach is funny as fuck, bro. I didn't pay attention. Repeat, please.
Yeah. No. So this is also EMS Sasuke. So this could also just be referring to the fact that Sasuke's MS will no longer go away, while Itachi's will at some point lose light, which will also just be that his visual technique is just better because of it. So again, there's multiple things that could be taken besides just raw power.
But why were they talking about MS Itachi though? I love Itachi. He could have been talking about.
It doesn't matter what Itachi is talking about.
It does matter. It does matter because you say that.
No, it doesn't. Because again, it's not talking about power.
Firstly, hold on, bro. Let me talk. Firstly, you say that it was because Itachi was weakened, right? That's why Sasuke surpassed.
No, and part of it is because he's weakened, but it doesn't matter. I'll drop that point altogether because your statement doesn't say that he's more powerful.
No, the statement clearly indicates that.
No, it just says skill, technique. That's a skill thing, not a power thing.
I mean, but what requires what is the most important requirement for you to cast a genjutsu? Is your eye technique, right?
Chakra control.
No, it's an eye technique, bro.
It's chakra control.
So, I mean, without
the better chakra control, the better your genjutsu are.
That's actually that doesn't really matter, bro.
It doesn't matter.
Nah, because chakra control is it's not important here. What I'm talking about, bro, is his techniques and his eye techniques surpass his own brother. So let's say if they're both fighting.
Yeah, right? Just his ability to use
hold on.
EMS.
So if they're both fighting, right? I'm fighting against you, and you're both trying to cast genjutsu on me, and I'm trying to put a genjutsu on you, right? So if Sasuke is strong, genjutsu would have the edge, right? Because he's
no,
he's really.
I mean, yeah, if Sasuke's genjutsu was stronger than Itachi's, that would be true. But that's not what this is saying.
It is what it's literally saying. Like his eye technique.
No, it's literally
his eyes
saying
stronger,
that his
bro.
technique is better than his brother's technique.
No, his eyes, like eye technique said it would be a genjutsu, right? So his genjutsu would be stronger, bro. Like goddamn.
It's literally just saying that Sasuke's
Bro,
technique is better
I mean,
than
you
Itachi.
playing dumb, bro. Like you playing dumb, bro. Like,
I'm not playing dumb. That's what it says.
I'm gonna tell you one more time, bro. If your eye
Then I'll
technique
repeat myself again.
I mean, like if your eye technique is better, surpasses the eye technique of your opponent, that means that your genjutsu would have the edge because your genjutsu is better.
No, that's not what that.
You're stronger.
That's not what that means. It just means you're better.
Goddamn. Or I'm gonna have to ask everyone here, bro. Everyone here, please tell me that. Like, God, bro.
Okay. So since we're going in circles, we will officially move on, or you'll break the dialect again. So what part of my scaling do you have a problem with?
I mean, as I told you, I feel like we are talking about the genjutsu stuff, right?
We're moving on because we're getting circular. So what other part of my scaling do you have problems with?
Actually, I'm not done with that. I'm not done with that because I am.
We're moving. I am. We're moving on.
So close then.
No, you just can't debunk my point. I'm getting tired of going circular, so we're moving on.
I mean, I feel like I did debunk your point, and I feel like you're not.
You didn't debunk it, so we're moving on. So what part of my scaling do you have problems with outside of that?
So you're refusing to engage then?
No, I'm saying we're moving on because we've been engaging on this for long enough.
But I don't think we have. I feel like I gotta finish.
Yes, so we have. No. Okay, if you think that, that's fine. So what part of my scaling do you have problems with now?
I mean, you're refusing to engage, man, bro. You're not gonna accept
the congratulations, this debate's over. You have broken the dialect. Have fun, boys. Other stuff to do.
No,
you've officially broken the dialect.
I was telling you, I don't want to move on because we felt like.
I told you we were moving on because we were on a circle at that point.
What makes
you refuse to move on?
What makes you fucking think? What makes you fucking think that you have any authority here? What makes you fucking think that you can dictate?
If you think I didn't,
you gotta move on or whatever.
If you think I didn't prove my point, then why won't you let me move on?
Because
what good does that do you?
Because I still.
No, you don't. That's just you being stubborn.
I do. I had to demonstrate one more argument which you refuse to accept. So you really refuse to engage, bro. So what's the point? Like you don't.
I'm not refusing to engage.
Say what I gotta do, what I don't gotta do, bro.
You're just stuck. You're just stuck on one point, and you refuse to move on.
I was not. I was about to show a scan in which you didn't want to see because, like, you didn't want to engage anymore. So you conceded. Like, simple that, like, bro, it's stupid.
That's not how concessions work. You refuse to move on.
So let's say I'm debating against fucking
there was no. I had addressed every point that you'd put on the table at that point in time. Before you dropped another point that we were going circular, I was saying, okay, it's time to move on. You didn't even on that point for too long.
No, you didn't even know what I was about to say. So how can I say that?
It doesn't matter what you're about to say because it was my scaling.
It does matter because I still had I had something to add.
It's my scaling. It does not matter.
If I had something to add to my response, you gotta let me do that. Otherwise, you just being. I don't have to
do shit.
Yeah, so you're gonna act like
there isn't anything I have to do. How do you think this works?
Let's say I'm debating Loki, right? And then he showed arguments, and then he said to me, "I'm about to send a scan." I said, "No, I don't want. We gotta move on. I think you're going to stick like, well, I move on." And he's saying, and then he said, "I will concede, bro."
Hold on, there's a big difference. There's a big difference between the circumstance of which you are putting on and what just happened.
No, it's not a big difference. I mean, I literally.
Yes, the difference is Loke would be in the middle of proving his point, and you and I just got done talking over a point.
I mean, I was literally telling you, bro. If I had something to add to my response, you gotta let me continue with that because I had one.
Because I was done with that part of the scale.
Because I had one more scan. I'm telling you, I had one more scan.
It doesn't matter. You should have used that during your.
He's the scan. He's the scan. Like, he's the scan. Like, I had one more thing, and it literally fucking up. Alright, bro. Like, If you consider, okay, you lost the debate, bro. You lost that shit.
I didn't. You conceded via breaking the dialectic.
No, I didn't break shit, and you started the debate.
Okay, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. Everyone who's here right now, you can say, did I concede via just not following, or did he concede via breaking the dialectic? We can let everyone else decide.
Hey Ken, you know what? Just let him send a scan.
He already sent it.
Did he?
Oh yeah, he's already sent it. I don't care. That scale doesn't help him.
Yeah, I know it doesn't, but like I didn't know he did it already. But
bro, you know what,
he
bro?
did it.
You know what? I mean, he can lost this shit. He can lost this fucking shit. I don't.
That's not. You do know that's not even the same Sasuke, right?
I'm gonna prove whatever, bro. Like, you already fucking, bro. Like that.
The one that implanted.
That happens all the time. Like when I
the one that implanted it. Hold on. The one that implanted the Sharingan is weaker than that.
You
the
say
version
what? Like
of Sasuke that implanted the Sharingan is weaker than this version of Sasuke.
What you're talking about? What the fuck you talking about right now, bro?
The EMS Sasuke that you sent in that scale, the one that we were talking about, is weaker than the one that's in that data book.
What? I mean,
they're not the same Sasuke.
I mean, what about it? I don't give a shit. Like
they're Sasuke not the same Sasuke.
Hold on, bro. Like I forgot what I was talking about, and because you saw with that drama. So, I mean, we were back to that fucking skin that I first ended, right? That you're saying that he wasn't stronger, and then I say he was, and then I won that point because like he's a passive, which is clear. And then we moved on.
No, it just says technique. We were talking about power, and even then, that scan that you're showing plus the other one, they're not the same Sasuke. The one that you're showing is massively stronger because that's after their fight with Kabuto when he got a resolve amp from what Itachi said.
So I stronger Itachi would be equal to him, right? Which means that
the Sasuke that's stronger than the one that you're trying to prove.
But I mean, because
we're talking. No,
it does
it doesn't help your point.
It helps because we're talking. The first game we're talking about two different versions of Itachi. For example, Itachi was alive. According to you, that was what was like what was his like kind of problem because that's the reason why Sasuke surpassed him according to you, right? And you drop that point. Then when I send this scan right here, that is saying that he was equal to Sasuke.
And even the scan.
I mean, hold on.
Which means the scan that you just dropped to prove your point doesn't prove your point because that is a different Sasuke than the one that you're trying to prove. It's not the same Sasuke.
It does because Itachi was planning to use the fucking bird to try this Sasuke again to help him to destroy the village. So if this Sasuke is equal and that Sasuke was stronger than Itachi, that means that it would make sense Itachi to be able to do that.
Okay, one, Itachi has no idea how powerful Sasuke is going to be when he gets his EMS. But again, the Sasuke that he was going to use it on is weaker than the one that's said to be relative to.
But that doesn't really matter if he's weaker or not.
Yes, so even if I were to go through your scaling, it doesn't help you.
It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. I mean, he's not still weaker, bro. Like, it doesn't really matter if he was weaker in that fucking skin or not. I mean, what matters
it does because remember you were trying to prove that
at that point in time, at that point in time, we know for the fact that he was stronger than Itachi's techniques were better, right? We already over.
No, he's not stronger. He's relative, and that's a later Sasuke.
No. At that time, alive Itachi, okay? Which
no. I mean, maybe at that point in time. During that data book, but that's not the same Sasuke as the one you were trying to prove.
But I don't care about that. I don't give a shit. Like what I'm trying to prove right now.
Your point is null.
But I don't give a shit about whether he was stronger or whether he was like stronger
than
this Sasuke.
Then your point is null.
No, it's not null. Like I mean, what I want to.
Do you remember what you were trying to prove? Do you even remember what you're trying to prove?
I was trying to prove that Itachi is strong, Sasuke is stronger, and thus Itachi was supposed to be able to trap him under Genjutsu, right? But he had to do that, even though, like, it doesn't make sense, as I said. And
You were
using the
trying to
fucking bird.
prove that someone who is
And hold on.
relative or stronger than someone could put the other person under genjutsu.
No,
That doesn't prove that.
You're trying to prove that he could not, right? Because that's what you've been saying, right? And that proves
I
that
say
it
you
does
have to
because
be stronger than someone in order to hit them with a genjutsu to control them.
yeah, and Itachi was stronger than Sasuke. That's what I'm trying to prove. And
He was stronger than Sasuke. He wasn't stronger until after that data book.
I proved that he wasn't with 2 scans. And
that scan doesn't prove that. The first scan only proves that he had better skill. The second one only shows that Itachi thought of them relative, but that's a different Sasuke. It's not even the same Sasuke.
The second proof that they were relative. I mean, which would mean that Itachi would break the.
It's not. I'm gonna say it one last time.
It's not the same
Sasuke. You were ignoring what I'm saying to you.
You were fucking interrupting me. If it's not the same, I don't
care about fucking the same cock,
fucking big fucking cocksucker. I don't give a shit about that. If
you are ignoring what I'm saying, because if you were listening, you would understand why it's not
You were fucking interrupting me.
Because you're ignoring me.
Let me repeat myself one more time. If they were both relative, that means that Sasuke, Itachi wouldn't have been able to trap him regardless because he would break through the fucking genjutsu because he's relative. Like, it wouldn't work.
They were trying to cast genjutsu on each other. Why would he break out of it?
No, they're trying to. I mean, I'm talking about the moment that Itachi used.
Yes, they were allowing each other to cast genjutsu. Why would he break it?
No, they were not allowing. I mean, he wasn't using the bird in, like, when you talk about a different time, bro. I'm not talking about the same shit.
Are you about Dakota? Hold on, are you talking about Kodo? Yeah, again, that would have been a weaker Sasuke than that one, so that's not relevant.
I mean, well, I mean, it wouldn't be a weaker Sasuke. It would be the same fucking.
Yes,
Sasuke.
It would. Sasuke gets stronger.
I mean, prove that he got stronger by the time.
Because he gets a resolve act from Itachi's death because Itachi tells him that he doesn't have to forgive him.
He gets what?
Sasuke finally understands the truth behind Itachi, and because of that, he gets a resolve act. Which, like I showed earlier with the debate,
you can't
Tobirama just says that their strength is connected to their emotion.
No, I mean, a peace sample wouldn't end no, but like you goddamn, that shit gets stupid fast. Like you're saying that like because Itachi passed away and then he got like, you know, he felt emotion.
He finally got closure for Itachi.
He felt
Itachi
peace.
Finally talked to him and he said, "Hey, brother, I was wrong. You don't have to forgive me for what I did, but no matter what happens, I will always love you." And this resonates within Sasuke enough to make him stronger because of the emotional.
Prove that peace makes you stronger.
It's not peace. I'm saying it's the emotional connection. Toriyama just flat out says that.
Prove the emotional connection makes you stronger. But I'm talking about hatred, like more like a hatred.
That's he's just saying his emotions.
But his emotions, which goes towards hatred.
The Sharingan's aligns with the person's feelings and correctly makes the person stronger. Together with the heart,
prove that
with the emotional peace in the heart.
But prove that emotional peace would make someone stronger. You can't prove that. It makes no sense.
It's like hatred. Strong emotion.
But it's hatred. Hatred would make him angry.
Hatred's a strong emotion which does it. Love's a strong one that does it. Strong emotion.
Which would turn his chakra darker. And then that's what Karin was saying. His chakra was getting darker.
Do you remember how Sadara awakened her Sharingan?
If you keep interrupting me, but I can't talk like that. I can't fucking talk like that.
Do you remember? That's fine. I'll stop talking, but I just want you to answer one question real fast. How did Sadara awaken her Sharingan?
I don't give a shit about both. I'm not gonna respond. I don't need to explain how she awoke the Sharingan. I don't need to talk about that.
Sadara is because you don't like it because Sadara proves the rule.
It doesn't prove shit.
Sadara awakens her Sharingan because of her love for her father, and she awakens her MS because of her innate fear for what's happening to Boruto.
No. I don't care.
What? Okay, okay, you're the Boruto fan. Can you take over from here?
No, I don't care.
Wait, you're still debating, right?
No, the
What's
debate's
the
over.
debate? What's the
The
debate?
debate's over. He lost it because he broke the dialectic.
Wait, hold
No,
up,
I
Ken. The
didn't.
debate was initial
No,
MS
you,
Itachi
you,
against
no,
Shisui
you already lost.
Beach.
You already lost. You
Against
already lost.
Shisui?
Yeah, Shisui versus initial MS Itachi.
No,
I
it
think
was Akatsuki MS Itachi.
Was it? No, it wasn't Akatsuki. Was it Akatsuki?
It was Akatsuki. It was
Yeah, it
always.
was Akatsuki.
So you changed it? So you changed it because it's supposed to be initial.
No, it was always that.
No,
Wait,
it was
so it
always
wasn't-
I
Akatsuki.
just must.
So it
I
wasn't the
must have just not
Itachi that
explained
like.
it to you well enough.
Oh, okay. So
was
because I
my
thought
fault.
it was the Itachi that like evoked the MS, not like when he joined Akatsuki, but whatever.
He has all
No,
that
but
stuff when he
Ken-
joined the Akatsuki, but
No, but Ken already lost this, bro. Like I
So
just
y'all
said,
done?
I
like
Yeah.
didn't. Look, you can think that if you want. I know you lost via breaking the dialectic. I don't need to swing my dick around like you do.
nah, I don't need to do shit, bro. I just know for a fact
Cool.
that you
I'll do it.
refuse to
I'll do
engage.
it. I don't give a fuck.
So you try.
I'll swing it around.
You
Oh,
faggot.
you'll
You-
swing Gil.
Faggot ass.
Hold on, you're gonna swing Gil's dick around? That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Wait,
Why
so
not?
Peach, you would
Fuck it.
have.
I mean, you know
would've
what?
engaged with this?
So I mean, is this the second? I think it's the second time that I can't.
What is
refuse
this
to engage.
bullshit about
Like,
fucking Itachi? Itachi was
Yeah,
already
can I
dead.
end the recording or?
What are you talking about?
I'm
Yeah,
ending
I
the
mean,
recording.
I mean,
Everything's
hold on.
second.
Specifically
Hold on.
connected to hatred.
Hold on, hold on. Before you end the recording, let me say something. It's the second or third time that Ken does it. Like he literally said it. He says that, "All right, you like so you lost the debate." That's the second, third time.
Yo,
That's why
you lost the debate. You
no,
lost,
you
Gil.
fucking faggot. You fucking faggot. You cocksucker and you're a pedo. Okay, I didn't lost shit,
You got fucking clapped.
but it's lost shit. You know that's the problem. Like you guys are delusional, bro. Bunch of monkeys.